welcome back to Royal Swag Auto, and today we're going to be doing something with the Ford Taurus. So, when I scan the car, when I scan the computer, it's getting a code for the catalytic converter, P420, which is a catalytic system efficiency below threshold, bank 1. So basically it's pointing towards catalytic converter, either clogged, no good, dirty, or whatever the case is. So I went and I purchased this. I purchased the Clean, the original. It says restores and maintain your exhaust and fuel system, restores performance, improve MPGs, reduces emissions. Right? It says safe for all gasoline, diesel, and hybrid cars and trucks. It says reduces hydrocarbon emissions by up to 50%. Use as a pre-treatment before emissions test. Decrease carbon buildup. For best results, use 2 to 4 times per year. Clean as you drive. Clean oxygen sensor. Clean fuel injectors. Clean cylinder heads. Clean is 50 state legal and complies with federal laws. I apologize for the noise. There's people across the street that is working on a house. Anyway, this is the Clean. We're going to be using, because I have that catalytic converter code. I have the catalytic converter code. That's my neighbor. So to use this, I went and I purchased a OBD2 diagnostic V317, and this is a automotive engine diagnostic, car fault code removal, real-time data streaming, oxygen sensor test. So this is supposed to do a lot. So I had never used this before. It's the first time I purchased this particular product. The reason I purchased this is because I thought I couldn't find my other OBD2 sensor, and come to find out it was in the trunk of this Ford Taurus. So this is the brand new one right here. Came in a Ziploc bag, so nothing gets in it. So the first thing we have to do to cleaning out this catalytic converter, well, hopefully cleaning out this catalytic converter, is, let me put down the back window or something, because there's noise going on outside and it's hot. It's crap in here. Alright, so the first thing we have to do, this is very nice. So yeah, the first thing we have to do is erase the code. So there's 2 ways to erase the code. Use your scanner to erase it, or you could just disconnect both of the battery posts, positive and negative, and leave it there for like leave it unplugged for 15 minutes to an hour, and that should erase or everything. So we're gonna put this in the OBD2 port, and then we're gonna take the car key, turn it to the on position. We're not gonna start it at all. Obviously, this is up and down. All right, so okay, so we're gonna DCT. Don't know what that is. OBD2. What I'm really interested is in this one, the data stream, but that's gonna be done another time. You got voltage. I'm guessing it's to test your battery and your alternator. Anything that has any type of voltage on it, I believe that's what it does. It has settings. Not gonna go into that yet. I'll do a review on this another time, but right now, I'm trying to clean my cat. Alright, so you see the orange square box. We're gonna click OK on the OBD2. Codes found 2. Monitors. Okay, now it's saying read DCT, clear DCT, freeze, live data, vehicle info. Don't know what that is. RT curve, don't know what that is. O2 sensor, evap. So let's read. Click OK. So this is a problem I'm continuing. I'm campsite position sensor A, circuit bank 1 or signal sensor or single sensor. I just changed the camshaft position sensor. I went and brought a brand new position sensor. So now I'm thinking it's either the wire or the harness. For that particular problem, I'm gonna have to take it to a shop for that particular problem because I done changed the camshaft sensor. I done changed that like 5 times, 7 times already, bro, and the code is still coming up. So obviously something else is going on. Press down, and then here we go. This is the second code. Po420 catalytic system efficiency below threshold bank 1. So we're gonna click erase. I guess we go to clear. No. Need to go back up. Let's go to clear. Exit OBD2 test. Yes or no. Okay. Take the sticker off. Okay, and it broke. Wow, that's crazy. So, it's erase or escape. Camshaft and whatever. Oh, I guess that's to go back. My bad. My bad. I thought that clear DCT. Clear DCT. Okay, so this one having a hard time figuring out. I'm supposed to be able to. It says read DCT, clear DCT. Okay, now I'm trying to clear it. Y'all probably looking at me like, Joseph, Joseph. Erase trouble codes. Alright, so hopefully it successfully erased the trouble codes. We're going to go back and read it again and see if it erased. No codes, no code stored in the module, which means it's been erased. Unplug it. Did I erase it out of the car computer? I don't know. So, like I said, the best way to erase the code from the car's computer, if your scanner is acting dumb, is to the unplug the two battery terminals. So we're gonna play around with the scanner another time. But I'm gonna go get my other scanner and I'm gonna erase the code from the computer. Okay, so this was the original scanner, Moto Power OBD2 that I purchased, a few months back. And I thought I lost it, but it was tucked and hidden away in the trunk of this Ford Taurus. So it's the old one, this is the new one. I got two cars, so of course one of these OBD2 is gonna go into the other car. So what we're going to do is use this old OBD2 and we're gonna scan on position. Alright, now we're gonna click on this and it says code found 0. Monitor, read code, no code. Alright, so that means this OBD2, it did what it was supposed to do and it erased the code on this computer, on the car's computer. So I just have to double check because I'm used to this one, like I've been using this for a hot minute until I thought I lost it. But I found it, yay! Alright, so we're gonna keep one in this car, one in the other car. Most likely I'm gonna keep the new one in this car and then this old one in the other car. So now what we're going to do, is we're gonna go to the gas tank. We're gonna open it up and we're gonna pour it in. Alright, so now we're gonna go to the gas tank. Open the gas tank up. I know I gotta take this car to the car wash. You open it up. You open up the cataclean. Whatever means you gotta open it. That's how you open it. So you go down, stick it in, you let it go in your tank, the whole thing. Your gas gotta be at least at a half a tank or a little below. After you pour the whole thing in, you put your cap back on. So after you put the cap back on, after you pour this whole thing in your gas tank, remember, hopefully I can see it. So hopefully I can see it. My tank is at a quarter tank, so at half a gallon. It's on, it's on half a tank, so it's half right now. It's not on E, it's not on full, but it's on half. So this is what you want your gas to be on. You want your gas to be either on half a tank or a little bit below half. When you pour this whole thing in, so hopefully it works successfully. And so what this thing's supposed to do, as you drive, it's supposed to clean you're supposed to clean your catalytic converter. So if your catalytic converter is clogged up, and stopped up or, whatever, then it's going to cause that catalytic converter code to pop on. This says it's going to clean the O2 sensor, and it's going to clean the catalytic converter, clean the fuel injectors, and clean all this other stuff. There's two ways to do it. You can either just have your tank on half or a little bit below half and then pour this whole bottle in and then start the car up and then rev the car at 2500 RPMs for like 15 or 30 minutes. Or you could pour this whole thing in and you can just drive it around until your gas runs out or get close to E. And then once your gas get close to E, then also monitor to see if you get if your engine light comes back on. So also watch out for that. Okay? So this is either going to help to clean your catalytic converter, or if your catalytic converter is in worse condition, like in the type of condition to where this ain't going to help, then you just going to have to replace your catalytic converter and get a brand new one. Okay? Just like for my PT Cruiser that I had, it had a small, tiny crack in the head gasket, which was causing the coolant to, drip, 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 every day. And then by the time, 5 days passed, then, the whole thing, would, be gone. The radiator would be empty. But because it was a small, tiny leak, what I end up doing is using the bars leak head gasket and head sealant. And that bars leak head gasket and head sealant, it actually helped. It worked. Because I started driving a PT for like over 2 weeks and there still wasn't no leak. I kept checking the radiator. There was still fluid in the radiator. I didn't have no leaks, for 2 weeks. But I don't have the car today because I traded the car in for I don't know if y'all could see it, but the 2021 Chevy Spark that's back there. So yeah, I'm going to keep y'all updated. We're going to drive the car until it reaches close to E. We're going to keep an eye on this keep an eye to see if the engine light comes back on. For that camshaft position sensor, I'm gonna have to take it to a shop for that because I changed that like way too many times and it's still saying the same code. So I'm gonna take it to the shop for the camshaft, and then hopefully this cleans my catalytic converter to where I don't get that code anymore. At least for a year. Hopefully I don't get that code for another year. You know what I'm saying? Or a couple of months. 6 months. Because according to this, it says you have to use this 2 to 4 times per year. So they're basically saying if you use this product 2 to 4 times, for 2 to 4 times for one year, then it's gonna help to keep your catalytic converter clean and your O2 sensor clean. They're basically saying to the point to where you ain't really gotta replace the cat or the sensor. But I guess we'll see. Alright, so I put it in. I'm gonna go for the first drive. Gotta wash this car. It's filthy. So there is AC in here. Alright, so I just found something out. And what I found out was that the catalytic converter is throwing the camshaft sensor, well, I keep saying this thing wrong. The catalytic converter keeps throwing the camshaft position sensor code. I know the window's dirty, the car's dirty. I gotta clean it. Yeah, so cut that long pause out. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I didn't know that the catalytic converter throws that code. I didn't know that because I done changed that camshaft position sensor, camshaft sensor. Let's just say that for short. I done changed that camshaft sensor so many times. I took it to the shop for them to change it. I changed them myself, which is pretty easy. I believe I have a video on doing so, on how to change the camshaft position sensor on a Ford Taurus. It's not that hard. A little bit annoying, but it's... So I was talking to a neighbor of mine who's older than me, and he has a lot more experience than I do with certain things. And he notified me. He made me aware that the catalytic converter can and will in fact throw the camshaft position sensor code. And I'm looking at him like, I didn't know that. Are you for real? Like, I do not know everything about cars. I'm still learning about a lot of stuff, like the 2021 Chevy Spark. I know nothing about that car. I never had it, never worked on it, nothing. So what he was telling me, which I'm still gonna, yeah, it's a tight spot. Yeah, it's a tight spot. Now what I am used to working on is the PT Cruiser. I don't know if you can see it in the rear view mirror, but it's back at the light back there. That's what I'm used to working on. I'm used to working on a PT Cruiser. I'm used to working on a 99 Toyota Camry, you know, and eventually I'm gonna have to get acquainted with this '07 Ford Taurus, like doing, I'm a little bit acquainted with it because I have done an oil change on this. Was it the oil change? No, the starter. I did change the starter on this Ford because I thought it was the starter while my car wasn't cranking up, while this car wasn't cranking up, but turns out, well, it is my car. But yeah, while my car wasn't cranking up, turns out it was this bracket that's connected to the shift lever, and the other side of the shift lever is connected to the transmission. And basically, the transmission was not in park. So because the transmission was not in park, it wasn't allowing the car to crank up. But a good friend of mine across the street from church, he's a mechanic, and he came to check it out, and he's the one who pointed that out to me. He said, my friend, your car's not in park. That's why it's not cranking up. I done went and brought a whole brand new battery for this car, thinking it's the battery. I done brought a brand new starter, thinking the starter's no good. Then I went to pull parts. I went to pull parts and got a used starter. And then, I'm like, car still ain't starting. Like, okay, I done got a new starter. I got a new, all the stuff I'm getting new. Sorry for the camera. I got all this stuff new, and this car still ain't cranking up. All because the car wasn't in park. The transmission wasn't in park. Ain't that something? I tell you, sometimes you go through some stuff with cars like, bro, really? Well, anyway, I'm gonna wash the car. It's filthy right now. And I'm gonna have to take the 2021 Chevy Spark and gas it up, because we gotta go out of town tomorrow. Special church event. So yeah, I didn't tell ya. I'm sorry, I didn't tell ya. But my neighbor was telling me what I can do. He said what I can do is take the catalytic converter out, unbolt it, and take it out. And he said once I take the catalytic converter out, then we could just clean it. Like take something and chisel all those stuff out and clean it to where it's completely clean. Ain't nothing else in there that don't need to be in there. He said do that and we should be in good shape. So I'm gonna either do that, or I'm gonna just get a whole brand new catalytic converter and just throw it in there. Alright. So I looked online, and one of those videos said that it was a 13 millimeter. What I'm trying to do now is take this catalytic converter down or out, being that it's it's a nice day, so it ain't supposed to rain until later on. So I'm trying to take this catalytic converter. So here's the bolt. know if y'all can see it, but this is the bolt. One on this side, one on the other side, and then I have to go through the other entrance. There's two more bolts over there with clamps that I gotta take down. So this guy on YouTube told me, well, he didn't tell me, but he said that it was a 13 millimeter socket, deep socket, when in fact that is not true. This is a 2007 2007 Ford Taurus SE, 3.0 G6, and like I said, this bolt right here is a 15 millimeter bolt, so I gotta take this off, and then I have to find a way to get back here and take that off. That should be fun. Gotta go the other way. Alright, so and then it's hard because I ain't got that much room to work. So I have an extension. Don't know how good the extension's gonna do, but for you DUI people, y'all know my struggle. It would be much easier if I had a lift. Of course it's gonna be a struggle for me. And then it's like the angle I'm in. could already tell it's going to be a fail. I'm able to do this. I'm able to break this loose. But that over there, man, it's a pain. This is one side. This is the side where the clamp is at. So I broke the clamp loose. Alright, y'all see? You gotta see it's turning. I mean, it's loose. So now I need to struggle and try to figure out a way to do the other side. Alright, so I was able to get that bolt out. I used a lot of WD-40 to get it out, and it's now out. So now I'm going to oopsie. Y'all see the bolt is out. Hopefully this camera can get it. The bolt is out. I just want to do, and then there's a clamp down there that has two 15mm bolts, and you use a 15mm deep socket, to take these out. So one is out. Now we're going to take this out, and we're going to go down there and take those out. I put this over here to hold this up so that way nothing falls, nothing breaks. Alright. Now we're going to do these bolts down here for the clamp. Alright. Hopefully I can see there's a clamp right here. So you take these two off, you loosen these two bolts, and this should be able to pull out. One thing I must say, doing this with the car not jacked. So I think we need to take it out from the other side first. Alright, here we go. Something's going on over there. Alright, so as y'all can tell, I'm tired, I'm beat. The heat started increasing, and so hopefully I was able to see where that clamp was. So I took those two bolts out towards the passenger wheel, right? The passenger, front passenger side by the passenger wheel or tire. Um, I was able to take those bolts out and get that out. But then the other side, going towards the back, there's a clamp. And I took the bolts off the clamp, and I took that little pin thing out of that, out of that bracket, pulled it out, completely out. Now, wiggling, 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 nothing's happening. It's like, no, no, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave where I am. Like, bro. So I sprayed WD-40 on it like 20 to 30 times, like no cap. Like I, I used WD-40, a lot of it, spraying all around it, spraying, like where I see it connects from the exhaust to the cat. I'm spraying, 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 spraying. I tried, knocking the thing on the floor, not too hard, but trying to knock it enough to where it could break loose. This joint don't want to break loose for nothing. I put some more WD-40 and I tried, fighting with it, like me and this cat and this exhaust, like it's like the exhaust is like, nah, bro, you ain't finna take my cat away, bro. And like we going blow for blow, like we going toe to toe, me and this exhaust. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we it's like we battling over custody for this catalytic converter. You know what I'm saying? The exhaust is like, nah, you can't have my cat, and I'm like, bro, you need to let go of this cat. So yeah, um, I was not successful in taking it off. Although I was like 95%, like 97%. I just needed, those few more percentage, you know what I'm saying? And I just needed that part where the clamp was to just wiggle loose, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I ain't got no saw. I ain't got no hacksaw. I ain't got no type of saw. Yes, I do. Where did I put it? I don't remember where I put it. I have a hacksaw, like it's a saw where it's like a manual that you do with your hands. I have that. If I can find that, then I'm going to try again. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try again and see if I can cut it. See if I can cut that part loose because obviously WD-40 ain't working. It worked for that bolt by the tire, like the one that's underneath. That's a little bit harder to get to. That bolt was like, bro, didn't want to cut off. But that WD-40, I sprayed, I sprayed a ton on it. And I had to throw some boots on. I had on sneakers. I had to come back in the house, throw some, construction work boots on, and I literally had to put it at an angle where it's holding on the ball, and because the spot is so, tight, I had to use my feet to kind of, to use my feet to break it loose, which I was able to. So, stay wasn't all bad, I was able to get those two bolts loose and get that part out, the one that's by one that's by the uh, the passenger tire. But then now, what's giving me a headache is the part with the guy on YouTube that I was watching the video. He was showing, how to take it off and blah blah blah. Um, he did say that that particular part that's where the clamp is located, holding that together. Uh, he did say that he had to use a saw and cut that, cut where the exhaust and where the cat link up. He had to cut that off in order to get it off. In order to get it off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that thing wasn't letting go. So I'm gonna see if I can find my hacksaw, or is it better if I use a saw? I don't know. I can't find my hacksaw, or if I'm not successful with the hacksaw, then I'm gonna go and try to find a saw, and either that or I'm gonna take it around the corner, to the shop and see if they can do it for me. There's actually a muffler shop. I don't know how much they're gonna charge, but I'm not trying to spend no money for real, unless it's on the tools I need, which is the saw, or hopefully I can find my hacksaw and you know, and the catalytic converter.